sa dilaw na buwan. Sa ilalim ng puting ilaw, sa dilaw na buwan. Pakinggan mo ang aking sigaw sa dilaw na buwan. Sa ilalim ng buwan, 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 sa ilalim ng Wag na muna nating pag-usapan. Sandali, hintayin na lang kinabukasan. Wag ngayon at di ko yata kakayanin. Wag ngayon. At alam ko na ang iyong sasabihin. Wag ngayon. Pwede ba? Wag muna. Teka
Magandang araw sa iyong lahat. My name is Oliver Ignacio.
And my name is Jillian Cruz, and we are the producers for
PCN 45 sa Ilalim ng Araw.
Andrew. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everybody. Welcome to this year's Filipinx Cultural Night. My name is Anthony. I'm one of this year's stage producers um, with Alex and Karen. I just have a few things to go over before we start. So we have the chat feature enabled. Make sure to enable all panelists and attendees so that everybody can see your lovely messages. We do ask that people be very respectful and mindful of the things that they're saying in the chat, or else we will have to disable that feature if not. We'll also be sending the playbill throughout the show, so please take a look. Our team worked very hard on it. So um, yeah, definitely take a look. And yeah, without further ado, I'll hand it back to Oliver and Jillian to start us off.
Thanks, Anthony. Oliver.
Filipinx Cultural Night. Or first, I'd like to say welcome to everyone. Find a seat. Hopefully, you're sitting next to somebody you know.
Grab some
And if you don't
food.
know them, say hi.
Broadcast on your TV. If you're at home, just kick back on the couch, enjoy the show.
Literally, that's what I'm going to do if I was abroad. But we welcome you all in, and we just want to say thank you for tuning into our show. We're super excited. Just a quick run through. Filipinx Cultural Night, or PCN, if you all didn't know, is a student-run, student-led production that celebrates Filipinx culture, history, and narratives through performances on a world-renowned stage that is not Zellerbach, Zoom.
Zoom webinar.
Yeah.
45 years later, PCN has evolved into this larger-than-life production that transcends beyond the college atmosphere. It holds so much weight and significance across generations and really bonds everyone involved in the process for life. Oliver and I, alongside our talented creative team, are beyond grateful to continue this process despite the circumstances in the world currently.
So our title, Sa Ilalim ng Araw, kind of is different, right? So our title translates directly to Under the Sun in Tagalog. The phases of the moon, the phases of the sun, sorry, I'm thinking of PCN 44, they're still in my heart. But the phases of the sun mimics our own lives, constantly changing and going through the motions. Far too often, we can take the pacing of our lives for granted and miss chances to simply bask in the moments before they soon set. Here, we showcase glimpses into the lives of the characters whose stories have been lovingly crafted by the writing team.
United
under the themes of transformation, yearning, and realizations. That's all you, girl.
Okay. We honor our past, tend to our present, and prepare for our future, guided by our virtual experience of life as we currently know it. This year, while we are separated by screens, we hope to offer solace in our virtual community space as we realize more and more each day that we are all under the same sun. And now for today's main event, we'll be having a table read of the script our writing team has been working on for the past 9 months, as well as a script that will feature all original music by our writing team. So now we will pass it off to our writing team to introduce their script.
Oh, hello everyone. My name is Jen. I'm one of the writing directors this year.
And I'm Joe, and I'm also one of the writing directors, and we'll pass it off to our writers to introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andre Rose Movilla. I'm a 4th year, and I am one of the writers for PCN 45.
Hi everyone, my name's Lucky Julia. My pronouns are she, they, and I'm also one of the co-writers for PCN 45 sa Ilalim ng Araw. Thank you all so much for joining us today for show day. Yeah.
And just a few words before we start off this experience. Jen, Joe, Lucky, and Josh and I entered this writing room in July about 9 months ago, and at the time we were all still really trying to get to know each other, and it was a very daunting thing to come in to this experience, not knowing how it's going to look like. And as all of us have just been trying to navigate our lives alongside, writing this script, we all really unintentionally wrote healing into this script. And just the way that we were able to channel that into this script is just so beautiful, and it's so special. And it's safe to say for all of us that we have found healing within our script, and this script has helped us, go through this year so much, and has always been such a loving and soft and creative space. Lucky.
Yes, it's been like the biggest honor to to be a part of this writing room alongside like one of the some of the best people I've ever met, Jen, Joe, Andre, and even our music composition director Josh, who's always there for our meetings. And yeah, so I think for this year's PCN, the script, which is called That Thing Called Tahanan. I guess talking about my stakes, I based like the character Althea on a few muses in my own life. And I think Althea is a hopeless romantic. She sees the good in everything and everyone. And she's like the underdog who acts as like the glue of the family. And I think Althea represents the best in all of us. And with with that, I will pass it off to Jen and Joe.
Yeah, where to begin?
Yeah, I think truly Jen and I's journey has really culminated to this specific moment in time. And I think it all really started with in 2018 at Maganda's open mic. And since then, like we were literary associates for M32's Indoc. We were like co-literary editors for M33 and writing partners in all the in between. And now we're PCN 45's co-writing directors.
Yeah, I don't even remember the poem I'd read at that open mic, but I'd never read my poetry before, and neither had Joe. And I have a very distinct memory of being in the back of Tilden and turning to Joe and Kayla, and who's on music comp, and just saying like, if you do it, then I'll do it. And 3 years later, we're here, and who would know that we're writing directors for this year. And Kayla has been writing and singing the music alongside. I think life is very strange and beautiful in that way, and yes, holding my breath to see it through now.
Yes, and so the narrative trajectory of our lives has really cultivated the beautiful writing room with Andre and Lucky, and we have a few words for both of you.
Yes. Andre, you have an ear for all of life's sensitivities, and I'm continuously moved by your ability to carry like melancholy and see through the love and warmth, and your insistence really to see love and warmth in the darkest parts of the night, but in this life. And you have continuously written with that sensitivity, and I would like to hold that and center that before we embark.
Yes, and Lucky, you're beautiful and radiant, and you're wonderful to the brim, and I truly believe you're the color of the sky when the sun is at its peak, and truly honored that you're able to see us all in the best light.
Yes, and Josh, who has made so much of this possible. You are, I see you in like the wind's willingness to and reassurance to see all sweet things through. Yes, you are the gentle energy of possibility, and thank you so much for every in between.
Yes.
I will never have words for you.
And lastly, Psalm and Kayla, we will always stand in awe of your brilliance, and we are moved by how you've held our words in the softest and kindest ways.
Yes, and yeah, this room has been built off of gut and a willingness to feel through all 9 months of it. So thank you for letting us take space to center that before we begin. But just all gratitude. It has reminded me how to feel alive in this whole journey. So with that,
Yes. Point is now we are here and we are excited to present our play called That Thing Called Tahanan. And it is a play on the thing called Tadhana, which is destiny, as sometimes home is not where we thought it would be and farther away than we thought from those with whom we started.
The script centers around how we claim, build, and choose into home, and how home can be a funny thing sometimes, in that as hard as we work to find it, how often it proves our capacity to be found.
Home asks us to grow with it in mutual metamorphosis, as a reminder that growth is seldom linear, healing is often quiet, and love never bargains with distance. And as much as we are all under the same sun, we are all rising to a place called home.
So that is all to say. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in, for clicking. And here is That Thing Called Tahanan.
Vignette 1. Scene 1. Phoebe leans on a window, her forehead against the glass. Althea is in the room still sleeping. The sun is rising.
When the sun meets the moon at the light of the dawn, I'll still be here to hold you close. I'll still be here when darkness goes. In the still of the morning, when dreams fade away, leave all your worries far behind. I'll stay with you right by your side as the light streams in and the day begins and the whole world opens its eyes. I'll be there not too far, I'll be there where you are, and I'll wait for you to wake up and rise. Feel the mist of the morning right down to my bones. Hear the echo of birds among the trees, fox trudging as far as I can see. With your head on the pillow under blankets so warm, capture this moment through the glass on the window as time it passes each morning. But I know as the light streams in and the day begins and the whole world opens its eyes, I'll be there not too far, I'll be there where you are, and I'll wait for you to wake
Althea stirs.
Arthur,
It's still early. Go back to sleep.
what time is it?
The sun says 6 o'clock.
No, what does your alarm clock say?
It says go back to sleep.
Althea rises to sit next to Phoebe.
This is the point of no return. Quite the view.
Althea puts her forehead against the glass.
You didn't answer my question.
I told you. It was 6.
No, why are you up so early?
I'm just thinking.
I assumed as much.
You assume as always.
Phoebe glances at Althea, who doesn't budge, steaming the window.
I don't know. I find I've been doing this lately, beating the sun to its wake. It feels like waking up to be the last person alive, or maybe the first person alive. I think I'm trying to remember what life was like before you were born. Not that I'd prefer it that way. It's just I can't picture it at all. For as long as I can remember, it's been you and me.
Phoebe's eyes drift to Althea, whose head has landed on Phoebe's shoulder, comfy and asleep. End scene. Scene 2. Through the air wafts the voices of Phoebe and Althea singing Dahil Sayo from the living room downstairs. The final rays of sunlight streak through the blinds of Dawn's dark bedroom. She hasn't left her bedroom all day.
Because of you, there's a joy in living. Dahil sa'yo, hanggang mamatay. I've never lived before, never felt a single thrill before. My heart stood still before. Darling, I'm in ecstasy.
Stop, you're gonna wake up Mama. She's gonna get mad at you and say, why are you singing so loud on a school night? Can't you see I'm tired?
Well, Mama just has to deal with it. I'll be gone and out of her hair in less than a month. And while I can stand the thought of being far away from Mama, I can't stand the thought of being far away from you.
Dahil sa'yo, ako'y lumigaya. Pagmamahal ay alayta. Kung tunay man ako, ay alipinin mo ang lahat ng ito'y dahil sa'yo.
Dawn turns around abruptly, startled by Althea's voice and Phoebe's gaping eyes.
Go back downstairs. Make sure the rice is ready.
Phoebe and Althea retreat from the doorframe, leaving Dawn sitting on her bed. The darkness of the night sets in throughout the house, and Phoebe and Althea switch on a single light from the living room. End scene. Scene 3. Althea sitting in Phoebe's room, journaling and listening to music while her sister packs up to sleep. The sun is setting.
Ate, I can't believe you're leaving next week. How am I gonna survive?
You're so dramatic. UW isn't that far away.
You literally picked UW
Because it's far away. Anyways, you have to send me pictures and videos every day. I want to know what you're up to.
Okay, Mom.
Hey, I'm serious. It's just, I don't know. I guess I've never had to live away from you. I guess I took for granted the times I had with you. I just, thought it was gonna be like this forever.
Phoebe gets up from the floor and sits with Althea on the bed.
I know. I've never been away from you and Mama. But I know we'll be okay. Oh my gosh, I just remembered. How are we going to watch your favorite teleseries together? I swear, if you watch them without me or spoil it, I might have to take a trip up to LMU and kill you.
Yeah, okay, sure you will. If spoiling a show is what will get you to visit me, then I'll do just that. Anyways, can you finish packing already?
You know how much I loathe packing. How do I even fit all of my life here in a few suitcases and boxes?
You're not supposed to bring everything with you.
Maybe that's why you finished packing so fast. You only packed clothes for a week.
You can call it that, but I think it's efficient. Maybe you should take a break from packing.
Althea reaches for her laptop on the other side of the bed. On the screen, a picture of them is displayed on iMovie. Phoebe looks over Althea's shoulder.
What's that?
You'll find out in 6 to 7 business days.
Phoebe gives Althea a lasting stare. Althea doesn't budge.
Fine. You know, I'll find out sooner anyway. You're terrible with secrets and surprises.
Althea shrugs and puts the laptop behind her. They finish packing. The sun goes down. End scene. Scene 4.
Shit.
Phoebe and Althea sit side by side on a crowded bus. A big man brushes through, knocking into a woman's groceries. An apple tumbles. A baby cries.
Another day in paradise.
The bus is a universe.
This bus is a speck. Well, it's the last week in the city. Are you ready to join the masses? Ready for your next bus?
Of course, we both are.
How do you know?
Because we are. We've done our time. I mean, I'd choose community college again, anytime. I got to grow roots in a ground that fit me. I met teachers who would support me for a lifetime and did projects that I see myself in. I'm looking to realize that I've built something here, which is cool, but I think it's time to let it stand on its own 2 feet. Plus, I got to be with you for a little while longer. You're going to be the coolest person on your bus.
What makes you say that?
Many things. You're maybe the best writer that I know. The videos you make for New Year's, the way you arrange Mom's birthday flowers. You have the eye. Can't fake those.
Let's play a game. To honor the spec.
How do we play?
Pick a stranger and tell me their story.
That's too hard. Go first.
Give me a stranger.
Him.
Let's see. He is a quiet man on the way to see his mom. It's been a while since they've last been together. He's a bit afraid to touch the world as of late, but that's okay. This is allotted to us. He quit his job last week, looking for a reality that fits.
The man shifts in his seat, adjusting a bouquet of flowers. Althea grins.
He'll find it.
Althea nods towards the child by the front of the bus.
Your go.
Oh boy. Okay. She dreams of flight. She'll become an aerospace engineer. Her planes will reach great heights. She'll change the game. and she'll buy flowers for every takeoff. But the planes will inevitably be instruments of war, and she will have to find beauty in the pursuit of destruction, and she
Hold
will...
on. This is the plot to The Wind Rises.
Well, life imitates art.
Not at all, actually.
Althea looks out the window now, her head still on Phoebe's shoulder. Phoebe looks down, briefly.
I am quite proud of you, is a realization that I've had. And I can't believe that you're getting ready to leave. But maybe I can't believe you're just now leaving. And I'm proud of you for choosing to go to a faraway school and for giving your eye more to see. You are hurtling toward your horizon. And if I could tell you from here, it's brilliant.
These are the things I see in you, Ate.
A tear falls and hits Phoebe's arm. Phoebe opens her mouth, but decides to make nothing of it. She leans into Althea. A child picks up an apple. A man texts his mom.
Brilliant indeed.
End scene. Scene 5. Phoebe clambers to the edge of the roof, Althea slightly behind. The sun is high.
Everyone's out right now.
Althea settles in next to Phoebe, pulling out popsicles from her tote bag.
There's kids in the park, dogs being walked, mail being delivered.
Sisters romanticizing roofs.
All of it, always, in every direction.
Indeed.
Althea hands Phoebe a popsicle.
Cheers.
The two clink their popsicles.
The sun's super high right now.
Yeah. Do you think the sun can see us?
Of course. You don't think so?
One can never assume.
Phoebe leans back, daring herself to stare at the sun. She uses the popsicle to block it, covering the sky in intervals.
Guess what flavor I got?
Purple.
That's not a fruit.
Never is.
Hey, do you remember when we were little and Mom brought home the box of Superman popsicles?
Yeah, and I'd eat the red part with my lips so it would look like lipstick.
And then bite the middles trying to whiten your teeth?
Yeah, and that was always the one with cavities.
And you always made me finish the blue parts for you. Mom hadn't talked to us at all that week.
Yeah. We finished the whole box under the table, though. I guess we're just easily bribed.
I think that's what this flavor tastes like to me.
What? Remorse?
No. Happy. The quiet kind.
Phoebe looks at Althea, squinting. Althea flashes a smile. Her teeth are blue.
And our fort under the table.
Unbelievable. I'm going to remember today, I think.
What for?
Many things. I don't know. Memory is funny that way. We don't get to choose what it keeps. But sometimes you get a glimpse.
Althea mulls this over. Phoebe stands up suddenly, stretching her arms into the sky.
What are you doing?
I'm feeling seen.
Me too.
Just the two of us, basking in the sun. Colorful candy skies, but when the day comes to an end, will you leave my side? Oh.
Don't you ever fear, I'll always be here. You're my mirror, a part of me.
Yeah, right.
You're the sun, I'll always come round and around and around and around.
The world is sweet but strange. It changes every day, but right here, it's never been more than I can take. So maybe make like the sun for me and come round and around. Don't let me lose what I found. Don't look so down. I know it's scary, but I'm here to help your feet touch the ground. No, we'll lose the space we found.
In your heart, I'll always be around.
So don't
No
look
matter the
down.
distance, no matter what instance, I am just one phone call away.
And since you're really far, I can't borrow your car, or I will if it means you'll stay. You'll have to be more responsible.
Well, with this popsicle, anything's possible.
Well, the world can be sour and a little bit scary.
But remember that you'll always be the grape to my cherry.
I thought you said I was the cherry.
And so the metaphor remains. The people down below are a fraction of what we know compared to the world out there. I just have to see it. I wanna believe it. Tell me, do you think it's waiting for me?
The sun, it hears our tune as it chases down the moon. Do you think it's leaving too soon?
Well, it has been getting darker lately, and
No, the metaphorical sun.
what?
You, Ate. As much as I hate to admit it, I'll miss you.
Oh, okay. I'll miss you too.
Don't look down. I know it's scary, but I'm here to help your feet touch the ground, even when I'm not around. I'll be right here, safe and sound. So don't look down.
End scene. Scene 6. Althea sits in her room on the floor, journal and pen in hand, pondering. She thinks and reads aloud her own writings.
It feels as though I've been counting down the days. The days are fleeting and flying by, and I can't seem to catch my breath. The changing in season is reflective of my own life. As the weather gets colder, the leaves turn brighter. I feel like an autumn leaf, changing in color, rolling with the winds until they sweep me off my feet. Change. What am I even talking about?
Althea grabs her phone and connects it to the speaker to drown out the silence.
Arthur and I have had a lot of good days lately. We've been spending a lot more time together. We talked a lot about the future and how much our lives will be changing soon. I don't really know how things will be once we both leave. Arthur's been here my whole life. Who am I without her?
Althea starts pacing the room. She pauses and looks outside her window, staring at the changing autumn leaves. She grabs her guitar and her pen again, strumming a few chords and scribbling down some lyrics.
Maybe I should write her a song.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe I'm hopeless, running too fast out of time. Maybe we're starlight, here 1 second, then gone. Maybe we're the same note on 2 different songs. I don't know where the wind blows, I just know where my heart goes, and it goes where it wants me to stay. There's no easy way to say goodbye, but I hope that when the dark subsides, I pray, I pray, I pray that one day we will.
No, Ma, that's not what I was saying. You're putting words in my mouth. I am just trying to get you to understand where I'm coming
Enough,
from.
Phoebe. You've said enough. I'm not going to talk about this with you.
End scene. Scene 7. A single fluorescent light flickers in the dim kitchen, and Dawn sits at the dinner table, sorting through mail. Phoebe comes down the stairs to get a glass of water. It is midnight.
Mama, why is your Zoloft prescription still full? Didn't you get this over a month ago?
I don't need it, Phoebe. I feel fine.
But Mama, the psychiatrist said you needed these antidepressants. So just because you're feeling fine doesn't mean that you shouldn't take them. You of all people should be trusting the doctor's orders.
Anak, I don't have a problem. The prescription makes me sleepy, like I can't get up in the morning. It makes me feel empty. You wouldn't understand. I'd much rather choose to feel tired than to feel empty from those pills.
But the doctor told you to take them for a reason.
I know what I'm doing, Phoebe. I'm a nurse. And it makes me tired, exhausted all the time. But that doesn't mean I have a problem.
Dawn finally turns to face Phoebe, who is glaring at her. Phoebe sets down her glass of water, fist clenched tightly around the bottle of pills.
I come home from work, and you and Althea don't even greet me anymore. Remember when you were children, when you'd hear my car in the driveway before I can even get out of the car, you and your sister would be waiting there, ready to hug Mama. You used to care so much. Now I come home from a long day of work. My feet hurt, my shoulders are heavy. Some days my patients treat me with such disrespect, but you cannot even look at me. Only Althea comes and greets me, but she doesn't look me in the eye.
Mama, this is not about your work.
Then what is it, Phoebe? I'm not perfect. I am a person.
You are more than a person. You are my mother. And if you can't take care of yourself, then how do you expect yourself to take care of your family? Us? Your daughters? Me? Althea? After that one Thanksgiving with Lola and Lola, it's like a part of you disappeared. You stopped caring. If you didn't believe you needed help, then why did you even bother seeing a psychiatrist?
The psychiatrist. I don't even know why I went. They told me I had depression. You call it depression. I call it having a hard life. I gave up so much, Anak. I traded my happiness to be your mother.
So that's it. So Althea and I aren't your happiness? We tried our best to love you, Mama. We tried our best to show you that we cared. that you were loved by us. But in return, you abandoned us. You shut us out.
Not once did I ever abandon you, Anak. Even the days where I wanted to run away from this life, from the expectations, the pressures of being a mother, at the end of the day, I always came home.
I remember when you came home from work that day. It was the last time Lolo and Lola came for Thanksgiving dinner. I was 11. And I remember they ignored you the whole time, and I still don't know why they did that. And you came home and spent hours making dinner, but that was the last time you made arroz caldo. And the next day, you went to work again, but promised to take Althea and I to the movies once you got home. And we were all bundled up in our sweaters and scarves, so excited to go. And I even brought my big tote bag so I can sneak royal soda into the theater. And we went outside, ready to hug you as soon as you got out of the car, but you didn't wrap your arms around us. You just looked at us and you walked inside the house. You went straight into your room and you shut your door and you locked it. You never used to lock your door. And Althea and I waited and we waited for you to come out until it was midnight. And when I woke up the next morning, Althea was asleep at the foot of your door wrapped in a blanket. Mama, please take your medication. I can't keep doing this.
End scene. Scene 8. Phoebe sits on the rooftop, knees against her chest, watching the empty streets below. Althea enters holding a cup of coffee in her hands. Althea takes out her camera, starts recording Phoebe.
Oh, come on. At least do something a little more interesting.
What? Like, jump off the roof?
That would make for a better movie.
Phoebe turns to Althea.
The coffee's new.
Personally, I don't think 7 a.m. is a good time to have heart palpitation.
Althea hands Phoebe the cup.
That's a sign of weakness.
More like self-preservation.
Yeah. I've never been good at that.
I know.
Althea sits down next to Phoebe. The girls in the camera now looking at the horizon.
So are you going to tell me why you're recording me? And is this what you've been working on?
Technically, I'm filming the sky, not you.
Althea then points the camera at Phoebe. The sisters sit, facing each other.
Now I'm filming
And?
you. You're pretty on camera.
And not in real life?
Hey, you said it, not me.
Are you preparing for your Oscar?
No. This one's just for us.
Althea stops recording and sets her camera down.
It's a love letter to home.
Althea looks at her sister, but Phoebe's eyes are fixated at the sky.
Scary, isn't it? All of this, leaving everything we know.
Not for me. No.
Of course. You're not scared of anything.
I'm scared plenty. But I'm not scared of leaving. Don't you feel like there's so much more out there?
More, yes. But I don't think it's necessarily better.
How do you know?
Because all of this is wonderful, is it not?
The sun is bright. The streets remain quiet.
I wish I could see this place in your eyes.
I wish you could see yourself in my eyes. You're already so incredible,
And
I just don't want you to feel like this version of you isn't amazing, that you need to go so far away to be the best version of you, because you are that now, in the present. Don't consign yourself to the future or to the distant.
don't you see? That's what I'm afraid of.
Phoebe shifts to face out towards the horizon. Althea stays in place, looking at her sister.
What if this is the best version of me?
So what?
What if this is all I'm gonna get? What if this is all who I am? I don't want to be defined by this place.
No one's defining you but yourself.
Everyone, everywhere is defining me. Our neighbors, the Lolos and Lolas, Mama, you,
Me?
sometimes.
Oh,
Phoebe reaches out to hold Althea's hand.
I do admit it's not always bad. You see me in the best light, Althea.
what can I say? Son loves you.
Phoebe smiles and intertwines her and Althea's hands.
I want the world to be more than this.
The world is beautiful from here. You're beautiful from here. But there is so much more for you out there.
I hope so. There's so much more for you too.
People start filling the streets. Some on their morning walks, some getting their mail, some getting into their cars and driving away. The sisters watch them from above. Althea takes out her camera again and films the world below.
Maybe you're right.
Hmm?
The world isn't ready for us at all.
Not at all.
End scene. Scene 9. Althea and Phoebe arrive back home.
So, what should we have for lunch?
What are you feeling?
I don't know. Do you think Mama cooked?
I wouldn't count on it. How about orange chicken from Trader Joe's?
You only crave that when you're worrying about something.
I'm just thinking about how I won't be eating comfort meals with you anymore.
Althea holds up the bag of chicken.
This isn't going anywhere.
Althea pushes the bag closer to Phoebe's face.
Let Trader Joe's orange chicken fill the void.
Phoebe stares at Althea, attempting to look unamused. They both cave. Althea unsuccessfully tries tearing open the bag while laughing. Phoebe watches her sister, wishing she can preserve her laughter forever. Something slides into memory. Phoebe's smile slowly fades. A moment's hesitation.
Althea, I want to leave tomorrow.
Have you talked to Mama about everything? About leaving?
Nope.
Ate, I heard you and Mama talking last night.
It wasn't anything too serious.
Well, I noticed she stopped taking her antidepressants too. I actually noticed a while ago.
Then why didn't you tell me? Why am I always the last person in the house to find out about these things?
You just said it wasn't anything too serious, but then I heard your voices raising and it was already midnight and I don't know. I just wasn't sure if I should tell you about Mama. You have so much to look forward to when you go to UW, and I just didn't want you and Mama to get into another argument before you left. For once, we can put aside yours and Mama's issues and just be happy for one another.
Mama and I don't have any issues.
Ate,
But when she comes home from work, she walks straight into her room and she keeps her head down. And sometimes I hear her go downstairs and I hear some pots and pans moving around. Then I hear her footsteps creak up the stairs and I smell something from the kitchen. I go downstairs only to find that she left that one dull light over the oven open. God, I hate that light. And an empty pot of ramen noodles and her dirty dish is left in the sink. I guess that's why I rely on Trader Joe's orange chicken. By the time Tita Loren dropped you off from home from your scrapbook club, I'd have gone to the store and had dinner ready for us. But I'd always wait until we were done eating so I can clean our dishes and Mama's dishes together. It's the least Mom can do for us. Take her medication. It's the least she could do for me. I've decided, Althea.
I know.
End scene. Scene 10. It is 3 a.m. Phoebe tiptoes back into her room with a shoebox full of photos. Althea is in bed, already fast asleep. Phoebe rifles through the box. Her and Althea on the roof. Her and Althea in the park, eating popsicles in a play fort. Phoebe looks up at the mirror above their dresser. She holds up the photo of her and Althea, comparing. She smiles. She frowns.
Do you think it's supposed to feel like this? I feel like I'm watching this version of myself slide into past tense, and it's wild and beautiful and terrifying, and I can't tell if I'm mourning or celebrating or somewhere in between. I want to believe that I'm hurtling toward a horizon that fits, that I'm always getting closer to the person that I was meant to be. But isn't the opposite completely possible? What if I'm going farther? And what if I don't like who's on the other side? I don't know who I'd be without you, Althea, but maybe that's just it. Life feels golden from next to you, and something about how you filter the world, I have to pinch myself sometimes to see if I'm dreaming. But what does it mean that I don't know the answer to that question? What does it mean that I can't answer? And is it wrong? Is it wrong for me to walk away from all of this to try?
Althea hums a few notes to Phoebe's lullaby, still fast asleep. Phoebe takes this in from her corner of the world. Suddenly, there is nothing more to say. End scene. Scene 11. Dawn kneels at her bed, praying the rosary. Night has fallen, and a dull fluorescent light illuminates her room. To her right is a bedside table with a cross, a tattered journal, and a picture of Althea and Phoebe when they were little. The flame of a single white candle flickers.
The fourth glorious mystery, the Assumption of Mary. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Althea appears in the doorway.
Mama, are you okay?
Anak, I didn't know you were there.
Dawn's eyes are sunken and swollen, with dried tears in her eyes.
I just came to shut your door.
Oh, sige anak. Would you like to pray with me? I remember when you and your sister were little girls, you would pray with me before you went to sleep every night.
Okay, Mama.
Althea kneels next to Dawn.
I am praying the Assumption of Mary, the fourth glorious mystery. Do you remember how to pray the rosary, Althea?
Oh, I don't remember how to pray, Mama.
Oh, that's okay, Anak. Just listen, then follow along. I know you remember how to pray deep down.
Dawn gives Althea her rosary, then reads from her prayer book.
The Blessed Mother goes to live with the disciple John and lives on for many years on earth after the death of Christ. She is a source of comfort, consolation, and strength to the apostles. Mary dies not of bodily infirmity, but is wholly confirmed in a rapture of divine love. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Minutes pass.
Hail, Holy Queen, Mother of Mercy.
To you do we cry, poor banished children of Eve.
Mourning and weeping in this valley of tears.
Dawn reaches for Althea and grasps her wrist, then wraps her arm around her. Althea allows Dawn to lean on her. End scene. Scene 12. It is the morning of Phoebe's departure. It is still dark outside. Althea writes in her journal. She starts to hum softly. Phoebe tosses in her sleep, waking up to the sound of Althea's voice.
Never thought I'd see you up before the sun.
Althea stops writing, but avoids Phoebe's gaze.
You're leaving today.
And it feels realer today than it did yesterday.
Yeah.
Phoebe rises from the bed and sits next to Althea. The sun has not risen. A moment of silence.
Is this what the world will look like when you're gone?
The darkness is never permanent, Althea.
Phoebe kisses the top of Althea's head, and Althea smiles.
So, coffee?
Never. Tea, please.
Okay, I'll go heat up the water.
Phoebe exits. Althea looks out the window once again and sighs. Althea stands and exits, like Phoebe. End scene. Scene 13. The sun is at its peak. Phoebe and Althea enter, carrying Phoebe's bags. Phoebe sets the bags down at the door, then turns to face Althea. Althea opens her mouth to speak.
Don't get emotional on me now. We've had enough of that. And besides, you'll be out of this place in a couple of weeks.
I'm just...
Phoebe reaches out and hugs her.
I know. Just try not to cause too much trouble, okay?
Only if you try to cause as much trouble as you can up there. Then they'll have no choice but to send you back.
God, this is gonna be weird. When I walk out that door, this chapter of my life is over.
You're on to bigger and brighter things out there.
Bigger and brighter things. Well, I better go if I want to get first pick of my side of the dorm.
Phoebe does not move.
You haven't said goodbye to Mama yet.
It's okay. She's probably asleep.
Come on, just let me go get her.
No, Althea, don't. It's fine.
It'll take 2 seconds. I know you guys fought, but you just can't leave without at least saying goodbye.
Why not?
You would regret it, and you know that. Just please wait here, okay? And I'll go get her.
Okay.
Althea exits into Dawn's room. Phoebe watches as she goes. Phoebe looks around the house, taking it all in one last time. She sighs, takes her bags, and walks to the door. Phoebe hesitates. She hears Althea wake up Dawn in the other room. Phoebe turns towards their voices and smiles sadly. Phoebe finally exits, shutting the door quietly behind her. A moment passes. Dawn enters, Althea following.
Phoebe, anak,
Althea and Dawn realize that Phoebe has already left. It is a long, devastating silence. Dawn is stuck staring at the door. Althea attempts to reach out to touch Dawn's shoulder, but she hesitates, not knowing how to comfort her own mother. Althea takes a step back, exits to her room, and leaves Dawn alone. Althea slams the door shut. Dawn flinches. Althea walks to the window and looks out to the horizon. The sun is at its peak, and it is quiet. The kind of quiet that hurts. Althea steps away from the window, throws her bags onto her bed, and begins unpacking. End scene. And now we will transition into a time of intermission.
Okay, cool. Hello.
Hi. My name is Justin Gonzalez.
I'm Abigail Camacho. And I'm Andy San Gabriel.
And we are part of the band component here at PCN 45. And we would like to play for you, You'll Be in My Heart.
Cool. Solid. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Stop your crying, it'll be alright. Just take my hand and hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry. For one so small, you seem so strong. My arms will hold you safe and warm. This bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry. 'Cause you'll be in my heart. You'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. Yes, you'll be in my heart. Yes, no matter what they say, you'll be in my heart. We'll show them together, 'cause you'll be in my heart. You'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. Yes, you'll be in my heart. No matter what they say, you'll be in my heart always.
Woo! Cool. So, we will be playing another song called Here Comes the Song. You good? Yeah. You all good?
Yes.
One,
Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles return into their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, sun, sun comes. Sun, sun, sun comes. Sun, sun, sun comes. Sun, sun, sun comes. Sun, sun, sun Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright.
Yay! Okay, that's all we
Thank
got
you.
for our
That's
intermission
all.
show. Okay, see y'all. See y'all for vignette 2. So make sure you're drinking water and stretching. Okay. Bye bye.
See ya.
Nag-iisa nakadulog sa bintana. Ako ba'y nagkulang? Nakaupo lumalayo sa tukso. Upang di na magulo. Isa sa'yo. Kaulog at mag-usap isa sa'yo. Kasaulap, hindi hayang mahulog ng tuluyan. Nagkamali
All right, audience members, please return to your seats. Our next vignette is about to begin. Vignette 2, set. Scene 1, October 21st. Phoebe sits in a cafe attempting to study. On her laptop screen, a FaceTime call comes in and Althea's face pops up. Phoebe answers on the second ring.
Hey, loser. You have nothing better to do on a Saturday afternoon?
Neither do you, since I'm willing to bet you're studying right now.
What can I say? These academics have gotten to me.
You say that as if you haven't always been this pretentious.
That is no way to talk to your elders.
Mano po.
Phoebe lifts her hand to the screen as Althea brings her forehead closer to the camera.
Anyway, I just called to see if you were coming home for Thanksgiving. Okay, I'm gonna take that silence as a resounding no.
I just have a lot to do, Althea, and I feel like I'm falling behind every day. I just want to make sure that I have somewhat of a stable future ahead of me.
I know, I get it. I'll be in your shoes 2 years from now.
I know. You can always come here, you know.
I would. You know I would.
But
I can't at the moment.
was this really the best decision, Althea? You know that town is like a black hole. If you don't get out soon, you'll be sucked into all of that meaningless gossip.
There's a lot of good here. Even you know that.
The good was you, not the location. What?
Nothing. Just wish I could be sitting across from you.
Drinking a chai latte with almond milk? It's a good drink.
Much better than coffee.
Can't believe I'm related to someone with such bad taste.
Phoebe checks the time. It is 2 p.m. Sighing, she starts packing her things into her backpack.
Are the academics calling you?
Badly. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Althea nods, waving at the camera before pressing end call. End scene. Scene 2. Althea reads lazily on the couch, sunlight peeking through the blinds. Dawn walks into the kitchen, carrying bags of groceries.
Althea, Anna, could you help me bring in the groceries, please?
Althea sighs and gets up.
Okay, Ma.
Dawn lays out the groceries and Althea walks back in with the rest of the things she's bought.
What's all this stuff for?
I just wanted to cook for you. Like old times. Do you want me to cook your favorite?
Sure, I'd like that.
remind me again what your favorite ulam is? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. I like your kare kare. I've missed your cooking.
Yes, I can do that. Do you want me to teach you?
Althea stares longingly at the book she abandoned on the living room couch.
Sure. I need to learn how to cook more things anyways.
What do you know how to cook, Anak?
If it comes in a box with instructions, I can do plenty. I don't really know how to cook any other dishes. Ate did most of the cooking and I cleaned up.
Dawn looks away sadly at the mention of Phoebe.
I'm more than happy to teach you, Anak. Basta, don't reveal my secret recipes, okay? Have you spoken to your ate recently?
What? Are they like some secret family recipe? No, I haven't spoken to her. Not since she last called. She doesn't call much.
Yes, they're top secret.
Dawn hands Althea a knife.
Here, you can chop up the onions while I wash the other vegetables. I haven't talked to her either. Maybe she's just busy, Thea.
Yeah, maybe. I just thought she would call more, you know?
Just give it time, Anak. I'm sure she's just busy. She's probably just adjusting to her new environment in classes.
How are you being so chill about this? I don't get it.
I'm just trying to give your sister space. We fought before she left, and I don't want to fight with her anymore. I haven't been present for either of you, and I want to change that.
I swear I'm not crying. It's just the onions.
Okay, enough of this. Let's get back to the cooking. Want to know my secret ingredient to your favorite ulam?
Let me guess. Is it love?
Nope, just extra creamy peanut butter.
Dawn and Althea stare at each other and laugh simultaneously, continuing to cook. For the first time since Phoebe left, Althea feels at home with Dawn. End scene. Scene 3. Paula, Seb, and Phoebe sit at their table with laptops out at a coffee shop.
Yeesh, Tala, you're cooling down my coffee.
I don't want the thought to go away. And it's our first big assignment into class. I want it to be perfect.
I might here point out that your last 4 semesters of 4.0 make the odds for lesson perfect a bit low.
Nothing is promised.
Nothing is perfect.
Hey, have you decided what you're going to write?
I don't know. Poetry, maybe?
I love your poetry.
I as well.
Don't enable me. It feeds my melodrama, and I'm already cryptic and naff.
Poetry might be defined as the clear expression of mixed feelings.
That don't enable me, Auden.
For what it's worth, I think Auden has a point.
I don't know. It's a bit cruel as a genre to preface everything with beauty.
Phoebe frowns. Paula's typing slows, and Seb notices.
What about you, Phoebe? Have you decided what you're doing?
No, not yet.
What would you like to write about?
I don't know. Things that happened, things that didn't. I think I get that, Seb, about the beauty thing. I think I've been allowing my writing to be ugly lately.
Ugly as an honest?
Ugly as an ugly.
I'm gonna get another cup of coffee for tallest turbines to cool down.
Seb leaves. Paula stops typing.
My parents, they didn't want me to go to UW. It was expensive and far away and notably not pre-med. Coming here, being here, everything that costs, I feel like I have to make it beautiful somehow, or at least
Perfect. For me, I just think sometimes life gets to be ugly, has to be ugly, something like that.
honest.
Phoebe nods. They see each other. Seb returns.
Another day in paradise, my friends.
Paula laughs and begins typing. Phoebe does too. Seb notices his friends, drinks his coffee, and writes. End scene. December 16th. The sun is setting. Phoebe steps out of a lecture hall, grinning from ear to ear. Phoebe takes her cell phone out of her bag. One missed call from Althea. One text that reads,
Ate, good luck on your final today. Let me know if you're coming home for Christmas this year.
Phoebe puts back her phone to the ear, mumbling her prepared speech quietly. I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. Phoebe sighs. The tone sounds.
Hey, Althea. It looks like we missed each other once again. Look,
Phoebe hears her name being called. She looks up to see Tala and Seb waving and grinning at her.
I won't be coming home for Christmas this year. I'm sorry. Please know that I'm really sorry.
Phoebe ends the call. End scene. Scene 4. Phoebe sits against the apartment balcony's railings. Seb walks in and passes Phoebe a hot chocolate.
What are you thinking about?
Saying goodbye?
But I'm right here.
I don't know. I don't know when I got so good at them.
I'm not sure that's a bad thing.
Hmm?
I'm pretty horrible at goodbye. When I left home, I closed the front door and stood there for 4, maybe 5 whole minutes. I guess I just wanted it to mean more than it did. Or maybe I was waiting for my whole life to click the way I dreamed it would.
And what happened at minute 6?
I rang the doorbell. And at minute 10, still no one had answered. And I got in my car. Sort of ruins the dramatic exit, trying to enter again at the last minute.
Well, I guess mine can supply the drama for the both of us.
Why? Are you the type to rip off band-aids?
I suppose. Only if they're my mother's. But I don't know. Somehow months later, it seems that I'm the one with the wounds.
How so?
I don't know. For so long, it just seemed it was her happiness or mine in that house. And time again, I'd be angry when she chose hers. And time again, I'd be angrier when she didn't. I thought the only solution was to leave. I didn't even say goodbye.
I mean, goodbye is hardly permanent.
Phoebe glances at her phone. Althea's text message is left unread.
Yeah, but I'm starting to think it does some damage. I don't think I've ever put that to words before.
You do that, you know? You say, I don't know, but then say exactly how you feel.
Phoebe looks down at her phone again. Seb notices.
And for what it's worth, I think you are excellent at hellos.
Paulo walks in. Seb grins and tips his cup to Tala's to toast.
To hello.
Hello. Haunting the balcony another night, I see.
They sip, turning to face the night.
This isn't coffee.
It's 11 p.m.
And there should be coffee.
Arteries will thank me later.
My arteries stand betrayed.
Paulo laughs and then leans against Phoebe. Seb allows his leg to kick Phoebe's, still swinging over the edge.
Hello, Phoebe.
Hello, Seb. Hello, Tala.
Hello, Phoebe.
End scene. It is December 25th. You have one missed call from Althea.
Merry Christmas, Ate. I hope you received the gift I got you. It should be in your email. Don't worry. You have a physical present too, but it's a bit delayed. Home is a bit more festive this year. I even got Mama to put the parole up. Anyway, I hope you're okay. Maybe I can find some time to come up during spring semester? Well, call me when you get the chance, okay?
You have one missed call from Phoebe.
Merry Christmas, Althea. I hope you're staying warm and also enjoying the boxes of chai that I sent you. Maybe I can give you your actual gift if you come up.
There is mumbling in the background. A girl calls Phoebe's name.
Hold on. Okay, I have to go now, but hopefully we can catch each other next time.
It is now January 1st. The sun has not yet risen. Phoebe is still tucked under her blankets, staring at the ceiling above. Phoebe grabs her phone off the nightstand, squinting at the bright lights and using it to guide her out of bed. Quietly, Phoebe exits her room, keys and phone in hand, and earphones in. She climbs the stairs to the roof, pushing the door open to face the bitter cold. On her phone, Phoebe searches for Althea's last email. She finally opens it. The body of the email contains 4 words. A reminder of home. A video is attached. Phoebe hovers a finger over the video, but a moment passes. Phoebe pulls up Althea's contact instead. The sun is now rising. Phoebe presses her phone to her ear, wishing for the ringing to be interrupted. A New Year's wish.
Hello?
First sign of the new year.
We've never missed one.
I miss you.
I know. But you're right, you know.
Hmm?
The light will always break over the horizon.
Is it beautiful where you are?
Isn't it always?
Phoebe smiles. The air does not seem so cold anymore.
Happy New Year, Althea.
And to many beginnings out there.
End scene. Scene 5. It is now February 14. The sun has just set. Phoebe, Seb, and Tala are sprawled across couches in the corner of the coffee shop. Customers fill the room with loud nonsense. A bad acoustic cover of a random pop song plays over the speakers. Phoebe suppresses a groan as she sees couple after couple come in and out of the store. Seb, eyes closed, hits Phoebe's shoulder lightly.
Cynicism is much too loud.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry that it's interrupting your third nap of the day.
Never imagined you to be anti-Valentine's.
I'm not.
So how has every couple personally offended you the minute they walked in the door?
Who wants coffee?
Yes, please.
Tala?
Fine, but I'm buying. In exchange, you can tell me what's bothering you.
Yay, another intervention.
Phoebe sits back down, fiddling with her phone. 2 missed calls from Althea. 1 text message left unread. Seb reaches over and intertwines his fingers with Phoebe's.
Please tell me you're not sad because you're single on Valentine's Day. Because, if anything, we can do one of those fake dating tropes. But you better sign up fast. I'm in quite a high demand.
As much as I would love to see you try to court me, I don't.
Ugh, God, this is not a couple I want to see.
You're just jealous.
You're just annoying.
Seb pouts dramatically, but when Tala hands over the coffees, the pout disappears and is replaced with a grin.
So?
What?
Do I have to spell it out for you?
Seb grabs a spoon to sing with.
Is a simple thing with all the joy it brings. It is the reason, girl, for why my heart must sing. And if you'd let me hold you tight, I know I could treat you right. Won't you talk with me? I'll make you see we can make it through the night, because it's Valentine's Day, the greatest time for love. To the heavens I pray for an angel from above. So the hatred for the day of love o'er me.
I don't need a reason to tell you why our love won't last for 1 year or 2, and baby, I'm a 10. Please don't forget that fact. I feel kind of uncomfortable when the feeling's obligatory. Sometimes emotions are just superficial, like texts that are just less than 3. What's there to like about today? There's heartbreak, pricey candy, and public displays from couples that you do not know. I wish that these could all just go away. I would love to say that I hate Valentine's Day. All this nonsense gets in the way. There are actual issues. Why not try to move along? Instead, you're passing the tissues, 'cause the notebook is on.
Well, there has to be something you like about...
First, I don't bow down to capitalists who try to control what we think. The waste we produce from it's astronomical, and plus I hate the color pink. Second, love's just a gimmick, packaged and sold by the bourgeoisie. Commodified feelings and heteronormative standards won't wrestle a penny from me, and I hope you agree that there's nothing to like about today. There's heartbreak, pricey candy, and public displays from couples that you do not know. I wish that these could all just go away. I would love to say that I hate Valentine's Day. All this nonsense gets in the way. There are actual issues. Why not try to move along? Instead, you're trying to convince me that nothing is wrong. L is for loneliness, and O is for oppression of thought, and V is for very hip hypocritical, and E is for every second I think of it, I wanna cry. Can't they see that it's all just a lie? And that's all just to say I'm anti-Valentine's Day.
Okay, so that's why most of the general population hates today, but why do you hate it?
Phoebe sighs and shows Sabintala her phone. Althea's message reads,
Do you remember Valentine's Day last year when we threw candy hearts off the roof and wished on them? I think mine came true. What about yours?
And did it?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Every year, Althea and I would buy flowers for my mom, yellow ones, that's her favorite color. Last year, she came home really late and didn't even glance at them, not a word to us. And Althea took me up to the roof to cheer me up, and we threw hearts off the roof because we couldn't see any shooting stars. And I wished to never have to wait for my mom to come back home again.
And it came true?
It came true because I'm no longer there, and I'm no longer waiting.
But
I always wonder if I did the same to her, if she's just waiting for me
To come home?
to go back.
End scene. Scene 6. We hear a faint beeping and hushed chatter of the nurses as they drift in and out of the break room. A fridge plastered with takeout restaurant magnets, flyers about proper hand washing, and invitations to parties that took place 3 years ago. Lockers graced with drawings made by the nurses' children, elementary school picture days, and dated Christmas cards. Dawn and Marie sit at the table. The fluorescent light fails to warm the frigid room, reminding Dawn that she has not seen the sun all day.
What's for lunch today, Mar?
Dinuguan. Go warm it in the microwave for me, please.
Marie glances at the row of lockers behind Dawn and catches a glimpse of a photo magnet of Phoebe and Althea.
I remember when they used to be so small. It's been a long time since you brought them here.
Once baby turned 12, they learned how to take care of themselves. Ata learned how to cut apples for Althea, and they would spend the day cutting papers for their scrapbooks and putting stamps on envelopes, making kalat.
She can almost imagine the scraps of paper all over the floor and scolding Phoebe and Althea about the mess.
But it also taught them how to clean.
Oh, they were always so creative. Even when they sat here in the break room all day, they would bring their small pieces of Lego and their stickers. Every time I came in here for water, Althea would ask, Tita Mar, is Mama almost done working? She said that she would be home in time to watch Darna.
The microwave lets out a beep. Dawn reminisces on memories of coming home from work. Althea showing her the drawings she made. Phoebe telling her about her new favorite book, The Trouble with Tink.
How are they now, Don?
Back to reality.
They're growing up so fast. Phoebe doesn't live in the house anymore.
Oh, where does she go now?
University of Washington.
Wow, magaling. You must be so proud.
Marie scoops a spoonful of dinuguan into her mouth.
I am.
Does Althea miss her ate?
Of course. They're so close. But I haven't heard them talking in a while. When Phoebe first moved out, I would hear Althea on the FaceTime with her almost every night. I could hear their laughs through the walls. But now it's quiet. Althea would keep trying to call her, I know this because I would hear the FaceTime ringing, and sometimes she would try to call her 3 times in a row and she still wouldn't pick up.
I see, but they know they'll always have each other.
Dawn reaches for the photo of Phoebe and Althea on her locker. Phoebe is in a yellow sweater with her hair tied up in a ponytail. Althea is in purple overalls with her front teeth missing. Marie winces.
I just hope they remember that they only have each other.
Dawn and Marie continue their lunch in silence. Marie scrolls through Facebook and lands on a photo of Phoebe at an outdoor market with 2 people she doesn't know. She glances at Dawn, eating the diniguan in a distant, monotonous trance. Dawn feels the eyes of her old photos and Althea's drawings pinned on her locker, staring her down.
6 more hours and then I get to go home.
She knows that when she finally steps out of the hospital, the new moon will be low in the sky. She knows that tomorrow, she will wake up again to a dark morning before the sun has risen. And she will come out of work again, only to be met with the moon once more. End scene. It is July 6th. Phoebe sits on the balcony. It's almost midnight. Phoebe's laptop screen displays Althea's contact. Phoebe takes a deep breath and clicks FaceTime. On the first ring, Althea picks up. She's in their room, guitar in hand.
Hello, stranger.
Hi, ugly.
You know, a lot of people tell me that I'm the spitting image of you.
Well, a lot of people are wrong.
You know, I think history may prove you right on that one.
Why are you spending your last minutes of age 18 in our bedroom and only a guitar for company?
Well, Mama's at work. And you're there.
You know that I wish we were together, but I can't just...
You have work and summer classes and your internships and a lot of everything.
Althea sets down her guitar and pulls her hair up into a bun, out of her face. She looks so young.
You're so far away. And in more ways than one.
The clock strikes midnight.
Happy birthday, Althea. I hope 19 is a good year.
I hope so too.
I
know you're sorry, Phoebe, and I know you don't need to be. I don't want you to be sorry. I want you to be here. And I'm sorry that that's holding you back. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Get some sleep.
Althea hangs up, and Phoebe is left staring at the contact on her screen. End scene. Scene 7. Althea sits in the passenger seat of her mother's car, dreamily gazing out of the window, pretending to be in a music video. Dawn drives, focused.
So, what kind of cake do you want for your birthday?
I think I'll go with chocolate.
Chocolate it is then. Has your ate called you yet?
Yeah, she did. Last night at midnight. I honestly didn't think she'd call.
Althea replays the conversation she had over the phone with Phoebe. Althea shakes her head slightly, trying to clear her mind.
Anyways, it was short and sweet. Nothing different from our other conversations.
Okay. Is she coming home anytime soon? She's never missed a birthday before.
That's because she's never been away for her birthday before. But it's different now.
It's okay, Anak. She's just busy.
No, Ma. It's not okay. It hasn't been since she left. Stop trying to act like everything is okay.
I don't know what you want me to say, Thea.
Tell me you miss her. Tell me you're having a hard time not having her around. tell me that it's not okay that Ate hasn't talked to us in almost a year? Why couldn't you be there for us like you are for me now? She needed you. We both needed you.
Dawn pulls into the parking lot of the grocery store and kills the engine of the car. Silence.
The memory of her not being at the door when I went to say goodbye replayed in my mind for weeks. I tried calling her multiple times and nothing. She only answered after 3 weeks, but at that point, I didn't even know what to say to her. It's like I was talking to a stranger. My own daughter was a stranger to me. I knew it was my fault. I made you both take care of each other. I didn't know how bad it was until she left. You're still here, and I wanted to do right by your ate and you. I spent so much time at work and depending on your ate to be here. I'm sorry.
I wish you would have realized that before Ate left. I appreciate the effort, Ma. I do. But I just can't help but feel like I've lost her.
You didn't lose her, Anak. I did. And I know she hasn't come back because of me. I don't know how to fix it. The only thing I know is that I need to be present for you as your mom, so you don't end up hating me like your hate.
She doesn't hate you, Ma. I know she doesn't.
I hope so, Anak. I know it's been hard for you and I'm sorry. I know I'm not your Ate Phoebe, but if you need me, I'm here.
Althea breathes a sigh of relief. For the first time in a long while, she feels comforted by Dawn's words. Althea goes to hug Dawn. Dawn accepts Althea's hug, wrapping her arms tightly around her daughter.
I love you, Thea. Happy birthday.
End scene. It is August 15th, 4 a.m. Seb, Tala, and Phoebe are piled into a car. Seb's head is peeking out the window, drunkenly singing a song. Tala is laughing carelessly. Phoebe's face splits into a big smile, the alcohol in her stomach keeping her body warm. Phoebe pulls out her phone, squinting at the bright and dizzying light. 4 missed calls from Althea. 1 text message.
Happy 21st birthday, Ate.
Phoebe fumbles to call Althea back, but is interrupted by Tala suddenly joining in Seb's loud singing. Phoebe laughs, dropping her phone and standing up in her seat to stick her head out the sunroof. The 3 scream words out into the world, off tune, happy. Phoebe is another year older, and she feels a lot lighter. Seb and Tala shout, "Happy birthday!" into the darkness. Phoebe makes a silent wish. Soon after, the sun will begin to rise. End scene. Scene 8. We are in Phoebe's apartment. Seb, Tala, and Phoebe eat from a brownie pan.
All right, Seb, you're up first.
I believe Tala is due to be opener.
Not so. I went first last time.
All right, but you're up to bat.
Seb stands on top of the couch, pulling out the notes app of his phone theatrically. Phoebe and Tala laugh and clap.
Home. Its many shapes. And what I know of her. A crappy poem for a crappy poetry night. Alternatively, English 135T. Final assignment by Sebastian. What makes a home, I dare ask you? In the stillness of my childhood picture books, it is my mother's arms. It is a place of belonging. It is where the heart is. But this neglects the brutal reality that my mother never hugged me as a child. Belonging is a construct to which we are socialized, and the heart is in your ribcage. What makes a home? I am asking because wouldn't it be sweet to know? If it were home, then why would it be so easy to leave? If it were home, then why does a heart beat on anyway? If it were home, perhaps it ceased to be when I asked her to prove it.
Phoebe rises suddenly, standing on her side of the couch.
Home. It's many shapes, and what I know of her. A crappy response to Seb on a crappy poetry night by Phoebe. What makes a home, you dare to ask me? And I can't help but wonder if that means you know. That I have caught glimpses, that I have my suspicions, that I've felt something slide between the ribs. Of all the homes I've seen and caught glimpses of, convinced myself of, not one has given me a better look. Then, right now, then right here, then sweetness I couldn't have seen coming. In all my years of searching and combing the horizon. If it were home, then perhaps that's why I don't ever fear leaving. If it were home, then perhaps that's why my heart still beats another day. I am home. You are home. And I will be here for you to prove it.
Seb grins, Tala claps. Seb and Phoebe bow theatrically. They pull Tala up to stand with them.
How am I supposed to follow that?
This is good practice for when you're valedictorian.
A speech. Let's have it.
An actually crappy poem for a crappy poetry night. Notably not my English 135T final assignment. By Tala. Are you ready?
Seb and Phoebe laugh and sit back down on the couch. Phoebe's phone lights up. She reaches for it, but doesn't look at the screen.
Roses are red. Violets are blue. This poem, it is crappy, but my friends are not.
Oh my God, it's a haiku.
Thank you, thank you. I like to play with expectation.
Phoebe laughs and looks down at her phone. A text from Althea reads,
Are you all ready, huh?
Phoebe's smile fades, and she opens the calendar app. Her phone auto-suggests a memory from a year ago, Althea's face winking to the camera, having snuck one last selfie onto Phoebe's phone.
You okay?
Oh, I think so. Just reeling from your poem still.
Well, it has been another successful crappy poetry night.
Agreed, the crappiest one yet.
Perhaps I will see you at the next one.
The three tumble back into the couch, lying against each other. They think about home. End scene. Scene 9. It is 4:42 a.m. Dawn lays in her bed. She exhales. She stirs. An ache in her shoulders creeps up to her neck. 4:44 a.m. Deep inhale.
It's going to be okay.
She thought of Althea. Maybe she was blissfully asleep.
Or not. Maybe she's awake too. Why are my daughters so restless?
She turns on her side, now facing the same photo of Phoebe and Althea that stares her down every night. Underneath the frame is a leather-bound journal, one that she wrote in many years ago.
They probably got it from me.
Dawn sits up, lifts the frame, and takes the journal. Her fingers graze the worn surface.
It will all be okay.
She is met with a faint whiff of jasmine-scented incense, the smell of her childhood home in Aklan. She is transported back to her college days, wearing green pleated skirts and eating dirty ice cream on the way home from class. The steep wooden stairs, the shrine of Santonino at the entryway of the house. Home.
Life in America is so different. My life is ahead of me. A new life is waiting for me. I will exchange the warm embrace of home for the timid handshake of American life. I wonder who I will love there. How can I love there? The roosters calling to the day's first single ray of sun, for the humming of vehicles making their commute at the crack of dawn. I'm sure it will sound nothing like the tricycles running up and down Regalado Street, or the revving engine of our beaten-up Nissan.
Dawn becomes overwhelmed, confused at how she can simultaneously be living in the past, the life she once had, and in the present, in the life that has unfolded before her.
Breathe. Memory, please remain persistent. Lord, help me preserve the small moments of life that I have here. Allow me to carry it on with me wherever I may go.
Dawn glances at the same photo of Phoebe and Althea. In their eyes is the same look of youth that she once possessed. The hope for a life beyond her expectations and beyond the barriers she's faced. The fear of growing up. The longing for this moment in life to last forever. Phoebe and Althea are outgrowing their childhood. They fear growing up, growing apart. They once longed for their small moments of joy and love to last forever. Dawn picks up her phone. It is 4:56 a.m.
Hi, Ate. This is Mama. I found something I wrote in my journal when I was your age and about to leave the Philippines. I want to share it with you.
End scene. Scene 10. Althea sits with her back against her bed and stares at the glow in the dark stickers on her ceiling. An ache grows in her chest. Her guitar lies on the floor next to her with a bunch of crumpled up paper. Althea reaches for her phone and sees that her last text to Phoebe was left unread. Althea goes to type another message.
Hi, Ate. Haven't heard from you in a while. Hope that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that it's great.
Althea pauses, shaking her head, then deletes the whole message.
I can't send that.
Althea closes her messages, tapping onto social media to see if her sister has posted. Phoebe has been radio silent.
Why won't she talk to me?
Althea tosses her phone out of reach, and it ceremoniously falls in the space between her bed and her nightstand.
Fantastic. Why me?
She pauses, waiting for a response. No answer. She hears the faint sound of the bus driving through the busy street. Althea sighs, sits up, and grabs her guitar. She picks up from where she left off just a few moments ago. She starts strumming her guitar, experimenting. Althea is lost in her music, with determination, persistence.
Is there anything you want from me? Any words that I can say? I could really use your company at the end of the day, but you're gone, and I'm here to stay. Where did our time go? We've had it from the start. Little to know that we'd grow up, then we'd grow apart. And all that I hear is my voice echo in the dark. And all that I'm left with is half a lonely heart. So running home if I called out your name. If it's only in my memories, can your love still remain? You've the right to seek healing, but you left me in pain. Just look back. You know that I'll always be here. Even though I'm safe and sound, I still miss you when you're not around. To keep my feet on the ground, but I'll be looking at the sky, waiting for suns to rise. So many thoughts up in my head. How do I live without you? With this feeling in my chest, I feel nothing but the distance. I hope you feel it too. 'Cause everywhere I turn, I know the road leads back to you.
Dawn slips through the doorway, clapping lightly. Althea winces, turning to the sound of Dawn's voice.
Wow, 1,000,000 points. Is this song on Magic Sing, anak?
No, Mama, I made it. How was work? I didn't even hear you come home.
It was good. A lot of walking and standing, like usual. My feet are so tired. So, do you want to watch a movie tonight? We can pop some popcorn in the pan again and put on fuzzy socks and...
Mom, I miss her.
Miss who, anak?
Who else? Ate. My sister? Your daughter?
Oh, when was the last time you spoke to her?
Let's see, on my birthday a month ago. I haven't heard from her since. She's left me on red every time I've texted her. I've called her so many times, and if I'm lucky, she'll answer after the 4th call. It's already been a year since you left. Did you know that?
A year already, huh? Somehow it's felt longer than that. What about her birthday? Didn't you talk to her then?
I tried to. I texted her exactly at midnight to greet her happy birthday. I even tried calling her 4 different times. It got embarrassing after hearing her voicemail for the 4th time, so I just stopped trying. What about you? Did you greet her?
I texted her after I got home from work that day. She just replied with a thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry the distance has grown between the two of you. You two have been inseparable since you were born. I remember when you were both younger, your ate would sneak out of her room to sleep next to you. I'd wake up the next morning and find her asleep on the floor next to your bed.
Yeah, I remember those mornings. That was around the time I was still scared of the dark. Every single time I couldn't sleep, she would just show up. She always knew when I needed her.
You see, anak, there's nothing in this world that would ever change that. You and your ate have such a special bond. I know the distance is uncomfortable, but it can be a good thing too. This time apart gives you both time to grow. You said it yourself, she always knew when you needed her. Now she just needs that time for herself. Let her come back to you.
Yeah, I think you're right, Mal. It's actually what I really needed to hear.
You're welcome, Nak. Now, what do you say? Want to watch a movie? You can pick.
Actually, I think I'd rather catch up on my teleserie right now. Can we watch that together instead?
You only watch those with your sister. I haven't watched one of those in a while. I'd love to. Dara, let's go downstairs. I'll start on dinner.
Althea gets up from the floor and follows Dawn down the stairs. She plops down on the couch, feeling a sense of peace wash over her for the first time in a long while. Althea turns on the TV and watches Dawn move around in the kitchen, preparing to cook. She smiles to herself and types out a message on her phone to Phoebe.
I'll be here when you need me. I love you, Ate.
End of Vignette 2. Vignette 3. Rise. Scene 1. Phoebe sits up in bed. It is well into the morning and she frowns, taking inventory. Next to her is a journal and a pen, leaving ink blots on the sheets from the night prior. She peers at the pages and reads absently.
You showed me what you wrote to yourself all those years ago, Mama. And I imagine I am about as old as you were then, up at night and looking for the words. I'm no Althea. I don't have her eye or think pen and paper to be a refuge. But I think of you with arms full of aimlessness, running, hurtling towards timid handshakes with warm embraces, still cooling on your shoulders, and think how that could be me too. And I'm thinking of you now, trying it out. You asked in such earnest, how can I love there? And I wonder if I'm writing now on the other side of such a question. I had always dreamed of leaving, Mama, but before, and sometimes I wondered the same. I do not love like Althea, radiant and to the brim, and I don't love like you, even, in the undercurrent of breaking horizons there and ready and always beneath the surface. I do not know, Mama, how I love, but I have to trust that I can. And somewhere between you two is me, and I'm looking for it, but in the looking is the knowing that I am capable of being found. Driving away that day, I had caught myself asking too, how can I love there? How can I love as all this silence and rupture? But I've seen glimpses now. When I beat the sun to the waking, I hear you, feel how you love in the quietest parts of the day. And at its highest point, full of pride and radiating, I am reminded of Althea and how her eyes still hold light. And though I don't know still where I am in this, I'm writing this, Mama, knowing that I have been found.
There is a shift in the room. Paula is in the doorway, and Phoebe notices and wordlessly scoots over in bed. Paula takes a seat.
You had caught yourself writing with arms somehow full of the past and present, daunted by your ability to be living both at once. And I'm looking away for now, Mama, directing my head towards right now for once. But on the backs of my eyelids, you are there. And perhaps you are doing the same with the backs of yours. And perhaps one day I'll ask you, my Mama, how do you love here? And in such earnest. I'm not going to read this to her.
I know.
Should I?
I don't think so. It seems there's nothing there that isn't already known.
Seb appears in the doorway. He has coffee to send off with.
Good luck today.
I still can't believe I've agreed to this.
Yeah, you can.
Maybe.
Phoebe grabs her stuff, heading out the door and winking at Seb and Tala before ducking out.
I'll be get in, get out, I'll say hi, get my stuff, normal family graduation dinner things. And we're graduating.
Apparently,
Indeed.
we await your return.
Phoebe rolls her eyes. She pauses in the doorway, takes in her family, sitting still for the exit. She thinks about love, suns bursting through horizon lines. End scene. Scene 2. Through the kitchen window, Althea sees Dawn gardening in the backyard. Althea hasn't seen Dawn gardening in a long time, and she joins her.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, Anak. What have you been doing today?
Not much, just playing music in my room.
Althea watches Dawn toiling through the soil. A softness overcomes her.
Actually, Ma, I was just rewatching this video I made for Ate. You know how I always carry on the old Polaroid camera?
The one I got from the 90s? That's a really old camera, Anak. It's funny how you young people all of a sudden like old things.
Yeah, that one. I liked that it was yours, and now I get to use it. Alright. Smile, Mama.
A flash. With a smile, the rigidity falls from Dawn's face and soft wrinkles gather around her eyes. A tender moment captured forever.
Anak, I am so happy to have a creative daughter like you. Cameras are such good inventions. They allow the sun to come through for a moment and create memories that you can hold in your hands forever.
Birthdays and breakfasts, toothberry times. When it came to my daughters, I was never on time. The cooking, the dishes, you did them alone. Waiting for me to come home. Always doing the laundry, always missing a sock. Wherever the wind blows, the cradle will rock. I know there's nothing left that has to stay, waiting to be carried away. I'll face the sun and let the shadows fall behind. One day I can make it to be by your side. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, I've only made it this far. Dahil sa'yo. The breeze is relentless, it takes to the sky all of my memories and all my goodbyes. She walked out the door and I wish I could see her turning to wave back at me. Time will go by and the seasons will change, but even when leaves fall, they're never estranged. I'm wishing for sunlight, for the garden to grow, while missing you more than you know. I'll face the sun and let the shadows fall behind. One day I will make it to be by your side. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, I've only made it this far. Dahil sa'yo.
Bihira tayong may mapag-uusapan. Kamusta? Salamat. Walang anuman. Kahit minsan lang ako nandyan. Palagi ka nasa aking isipan. Now I'll raise the sun and leave the shadows far behind. One day I will be there to stand by your side. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, I've only made it this far. Dahil sa'yo.
Dawn pats the dirt and looks around her garden.
I shouldn't have let my garden overgrow.
She spots a single dandelion.
I am like a dandelion. The seeds are lifted and cast into a new land, but they place their roots in the cracks of the sidewalks.
She picks it and hands it to Althea.
Thea, you are a sunflower, following wherever the light shines.
Althea takes the dandelion from Dawn and blows on it to make a wish.
What about Ate? What is she?
Your ate. She is a rose. Phoebe has her thorns because she is afraid, needs to protect herself. And I know that I am one to blame for that.
Enter Phoebe, holding 2 yellow roses.
Hi, Thea. Hi, Mama.
End scene. Scene 3. Dawn works frantically in the kitchen, finishing up the dishes for dinner. Althea and Phoebe sit in the living room.
It feels nostalgic to be back here.
Ah, yes. This place.
Feels just like old times. Here, I stopped by the store before coming. Surprise?
Phoebe pulls out a box of popsicles from the grocery bag.
The grape to my cherry. Thanks, Ate. We can have these after dinner. Come on, put your stuff down. Mama will be down in a second. We're just waiting for the arroz caldo to simmer down.
Arroz caldo? She hasn't made that since that one time after Thanksgiving.
She's made it a few times since you've been gone, but she wanted to make it tonight. I told her it was still your favorite.
Yeah. Thanks, Thea.
Phoebe turns her attention to the TV playing a teleserie.
This is new. What are you watching?
Oh, it's this new teleserie called On the Wings of Love. I just started it with Mama a few days ago.
Ouch. Seems I've been replaced.
If I remember correctly, you watched a new episode of our teleserie without me first. And that's what began my villain origin story.
Okay, fair enough.
Dawn descends from the stairs, catching her daughter's attention.
Hi, Anak. Welcome back. Thank you for agreeing to come to dinner.
You're welcome. Thank you for cooking.
Of course. Congratulations on graduating.
All right, let's take this party of three to their table. Please take your seats and thank you for choosing to dine in Don's Cucina.
Oops, I didn't bring my wallet. Guess I can't eat here.
No, nonsense. You can repay us by washing the dishes.
Okay, deal.
The kitchen timer blares from the kitchen.
Oh, I think that's the bread. I'll go check on it.
Althea exits, leaving Phoebe and Dawn at the table. Silence.
Thea said you made our scaldo?
Yeah, it's been a while. You brought it up to me before you left.
Brought up what?
The last time I cooked it for you, when we were talking about my medication.
Oh. That feels like a lifetime ago.
I think about that conversation a lot, Anak. It was one of our last conversations. It took some time, but I reflected on everything we both said that night. You weren't wrong, though. I had shortcomings in raising you and your sister. It just took you leaving for me to finally realize that.
I guess so. I'm happy you gave it some thought. I'm sorry for leaving without saying goodbye.
Are you?
No, not really. I needed to grow, but I know that I hurt you and Thea with the distance.
I see that growth in you, Anak. It did hurt, but I think that's the pain from growing.
Althea returns from the kitchen, taking her seat at the table. She sets the pan down.
I think I burned the bread a little. So, what'd I miss?
Not much. Thank you for cooking and throwing me a graduation dinner.
Dawn picks up her glass.
To Phoebe.
To Ate.
To us.
End scene. Scene 4. Phoebe climbs onto the roof. Althea is already there, squinting at the town below.
Come here often?
Horrendous.
Sometimes life ought to be.
Phoebe sits down next to Althea. There is space between them.
What are you thinking about?
I don't know. I'm just waiting for this to mean something, I guess. You know, when I was little, I thought this was the saddest time of the day.
How so? The sun is high. High enough to see us.
And yet, she's leaving. Bright as it is. But I guess I feel older and that it's different now. Not that it means anything, it's just not so sad anymore.
What does it feel like now?
It's quiet and more sure of myself, I guess. You know, there can be something here to see her through in the leaving.
I think that's why I liked waking up before the sun while I was away. My roommates always gave me crap for it.
I never did.
Phoebe closes the distance between them.
No, never. But I guess at that darkest part of sunrise, you have to remind yourself that the light is guaranteed.
Phoebe sneaks a glance at Althea, catches her nodding into the sun a bit.
And I think of the sun from here when I do.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. From next to you. It's where I got my first glimpse at how brilliant the light can be. I've been chasing that ever since.
And now, are you chasing other suns?
Never. I'm just finding the light in a way that I'll believe.
You'll find it.
I believe you.
End scene. Scene 5. Dawn opens the blinds of her room. The day's final rays of sunlight streak through the sky. Her eyes scan her bedroom table. The cross, the journal, that photo of Phoebe and Althea. The yellow rose Phoebe brought home. She picks up the photo and holds it to her chest. Phoebe lingers in the doorframe.
It's been a while since I've seen you in the garden.
Dawn's eyes turn to Phoebe.
The last time I saw you tending to the flowers was when I was 13.
Yeah, right before you became a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Anak, you have grown up so much. You are so young in my eyes, but here you are. You have your whole life in front of you.
Mama.
Even though you did it without me, I am so proud of you.
Phoebe leans into Dawn. She allows Dawn to hold her.
Sometimes I just wish that you would allow me to hold you like when you were little. You would hug me, so full of love. I miss that, Anak, but I know that you don't.
That's not true, Mama. I think about how I was when I was little, and every night when I'm alone, laying in my bed, I replay the memories of you bringing home popsicles in the summertime, and you playing OPM as you'd clean, and Thea and I singing and dancing to the music. I don't know what happened to you, and I was so angry, so hurt and confused because all of that disappeared as I grew older.
I am so sorry, Phoebe. I love you so, so much, more than you can ever imagine. And if loving you means letting you live the life you've always wanted, then that's all I want for you. But my home will always be with you in Althea. My home is in your hearts. Near or far, my home is with you. And I'm so sorry it's been so long since I've come home.
Mom, it's okay. I want to understand. I love you.
End scene. Scene 6. Dawn, Phoebe, and Althea sit outside on the front porch, looking at the constellations above. The moon is bright, and the air is quiet and warm. Phoebe smiles amidst the silence. Althea notices.
What?
How unlucky we are. There are no shooting stars to wish on once again.
And no candy hearts either.
You want to pull out one of your eyelashes?
Think we could find a wishbone in the fridge?
Perhaps no wishes are needed tonight.
They fall silent once more, letting the time pass easily. Dawn stirs, opening her eyes.
Anak, madilim na. You really need to leave now.
What time is it?
11:12 p.m. Maybe we are unlucky.
or someone else is very much in need. But yes, I should be going.
All three of them stand, the air feeling a little bit chillier already.
Are you okay driving? You're sure?
I'll be okay.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and make coffee.
Dawn retreats back into the house, leaving Phoebe and Althea on the doorstep.
Here we are. Another round of goodbyes.
Althea is quiet, looking up at the sky.
What is it?
Nothing. I can't believe it's almost been 2 years since then. Living without you was so unfathomable at the time. And I feel like I've been saying goodbye to you over and over again. And everything I did, writing songs, making music, all of it was just another way of me attempting to say hello to you. Or to stop myself from missing you. Because I believe that the goodbye was temporary and there was no point in the missing if you're gonna come back. And now, maybe this goodbye is a bit more permanent than the last. But I don't feel the weight of that anymore.
The things I see in you, Althea.
Phoebe pulls Althea into a hug. Dawn comes back outside, 2 cups of coffee in hand.
Unsoko, can you get your Earl Grey on the table?
Althea lets go of Phoebe, walking back into the house. Dawn hands Phoebe one of the coffee cups.
Did you put in...
Oh, there's almond milk in there. I drink it the same.
Phoebe takes a sip, and Dawn mirrors her.
Selamat.
Dawn looks at Phoebe closely, as if seeing her for the first time. Althea comes back, tea in hand. She walks to Dawn's side and leans her head against her mother's shoulder. Phoebe smiles at the sight.
I have to head home now.
Althea reaches out and squeezes Phoebe's hand. Phoebe returns the gesture.
Goodbye, ate.
Ingat, anak.
Ingat.
Phoebe climbs into her car and starts it. The first few lines of "The sun sets, then rises" ring out on her stereo. Phoebe picks up her phone and sends the song to Althea with a text that reads,
For when you beat the sun to its wake.
The car's headlights shine on Dawn and Althea on the front steps of the house. They wave at Phoebe, who looks back at them once more, waving. Then she turns her head to the road and drives off. The song hits the chorus. Dawn and Althea walk back into their home. Phoebe does not look back. End scene. Scene 7. Phoebe, coffee in hand, sits on the balcony of her room, smiling at the horizon, even in her sleepiness. Tala and Seb sit beside her, a blanket embracing the 3 of them. Miles away, Althea sits on the front porch of her house, strumming lightly on her guitar. Dawn is planting new flowers in the front yard. Smiling at her mother, Althea begins to hum.
How was home?
That's quite a loaded question.
Especially before sunrise.
If anything, I think home exceeds definition.
A cop-out.
As the poets do.
I'm waiting for the meaning to come to me.
We cut to Althea, who begins to strum even louder.
Sing, anak.
Althea hesitates a moment before resuming, this time singing her song. We cut back to Phoebe, Seb, and Tala.
What makes you so sure it'll arrive?
Shh, look, the light is coming.
Out in the distance, the sun breaks the horizon. We cut back to Althea.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm losing my mind. Maybe I'm hopeless, running too fast out of time. Maybe we're starlight, here 1 second, then gone. Living in a parallel, waiting for our paths to cross. I don't know where the wind blows, I just know where my heart goes, and it goes where it wants me to stay. Live my life in the darkness, I've been told not to want this, but I'm done with listening to what they have to say. 'Cause one day I will rise, I will rise. Learn to let go, learn to wear my heart on my sleeve. Shatter in the shell of a girl who used to be me. Learning how to speak out, learning how to take a stand. Learning how to walk on my own without you holding my hand. I don't know where the wind blows, but I know where my heart goes. It'll go where it wants me to stay. There's no easy way to say goodbye, but I hope that when the pain subsides, I pray, I pray, I pray that one day we will rise, that we will rise. It's colder now, everybody's growing older now. Don't wanna fall behind, it's almost in my sight. I've got to say goodbye. I fall apart, but that's okay. I'm getting closer, push me down, I'll find my way. I'll keep my head up high, I'll stand there in the light and light the sun. I'll rise. Oh, I will rise. Oh, maybe it's crazy, but at the end of the day, you can throw all your stones, but I will be too strong to break. The pain might be too hard to bear, but I won't cry. Though it kills me that you aren't there to stay by my side, this flame won't die, 'cause one day I will rise. I will rise. I will rise. Oh, I'll rise. I'll rise. I'll
The spotlight has been PCN 45. Okay, would you like to yes, Andrew.
Lucky. Hello. Where's Lucky? There she is.
Hi.
His camera's not on.
Josh, come here.
No. Okay, sweet. Well, to end all sweet things in gratitude. Start off, we want to thank NJ, Lucky, Josh, Kayla, and Psalm for seeing this all through.
Yes, and to acting, Elisa, Paco, Matt, and the beautiful cast and choir. Thank you for giving voice to our work.
And to stage, band, and the prods. You're juggling many things for this always. Yes.
Yeah, and we also, Jen and I also wanted to honor and thank all of the people and words that we carry with us always. So we want to thank Maddie, Trey, Luella, our Professor Faye,
Maganda and Lit 34, and PCN 44's writing room, Luella, Raquel, Gabby, and Janina. You are with us always, always, always. And that is all.
Hello, everyone. Just like a few words reflecting on, we did it. This is it. Oh my goodness. And I guess one thing that's kind of been on my mind, like as we, end this process is it's an absolute honor to be writing into this canon of Filipino American, writing and performance and art, but it's an even greater honor to be doing this alongside all of you all and especially in a pandemic too. It's amazing and I'm in awe of what has been shown here in these past few hours. And thank you for being here with us and for your love and your affirmations.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us for PCN 45. It's been such like an amazing experience writing this and just like watching everyone's reactions in the chat. I was just like, I'm alive. This is what like 9 months was all for. And we're so grateful that you're here with us to witness all of this come to life, and for like grateful for acting and music, for like breathing so much life into these characters that we've only ideated on for like a while, and then now here we are. But yeah, thank you all so much for just like watching and sticking with us for the whole show. We hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, take it away, Josh, and just thank you.
Yeah, just to sort of amplify all of the sentiments that have already been said. Thank you so much for coming. We really hope that you enjoyed all of the effort that we put into this project. There's a lot of like heartfelt moments that have manifested into the narratives that were displayed in the story, and we hope that we hope that emotions were all around. But we are truly thankful for being able to convey meaning in whatever way possible through this space, especially as an outlet, and hope that we were able to reach you in a virtual space despite being in the comfort of our own homes. So thank you so much. The music will tentatively be on Spotify. That is currently in the works. Our team is discussing it, and you'll be able to return to those moments that you felt in the space on Spotify hopefully soon. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll pass it to the prods for the send-off.
Hello, everyone. Thank you much for tuning in today and staying and just experiencing the story and all the work and time and love that has been put into this day.
Yes, thank you so much to all the alumni, to everyone that has come out, writing, music team, stage, communications, everyone on creative team, and everyone that's tuning in today. But we are not done for the weekend. We do have an additional showcase.
Tomorrow,
yes, we have so many projects that we have to share with everyone. So we hope that you can join us tomorrow.
It will be a completely different day. We'll have some short films, dance videos, music videos, choir and band, and they'll all be shown during our showcase, which will be first tomorrow, same place, same time, 3 p.m. tinyurl.com/calpcn2021. And after that, what will we be showing, Oliver?
After that, we will be having our documentary premiere led by our cultural directors alongside Jillian and I, who have spent hours researching and meeting and interviewing a lot of the alumni. So we hope that everyone can come tomorrow to really engage with the culture through a different lens that's not just on Zellerbach. So
Yeah,
please
so-
come tomorrow.
Yeah, because, you know, this year, since we couldn't be together in person, we just realized that, you know, PCN doesn't have to be confined to a physical space. And now where we're at now, we realized that we could just take it wherever we want. We took it back to the past as well. It's not constrained to time either. So we'd love if y'all came out tomorrow, just to experience and watch all of the performances as well as the documentary and just celebrate everyone that was involved another time.
Yes. And before we end stage and the rest of creative team that's on the panelists, can we get on video and reveal ourselves? I'd like to end day one of PCN with Isang Bagsak, but we'd like to see all the faces behind PCN. Yes, everybody, look, this is creative team, at least some of them, most of them. These are the people behind the magic. And with that, I know it's 6:02, but we can get started with the Isang Bagsak. So the Isang Bagsak is basically a tradition in our community that we use to conclude every community event. The Isang Bagsak originated from two events in history, one dating back to the Delano farm workers movement, where language was a barrier for the farm workers. So they used a unity clap, and it also originated from the People's Power movement in the Philippines. So we like to translate Isang Bagsak here in Berkeley as when one falls, we all fall, but also we take the converse, and when one rises, we all rise. And although we are not together physically, we still are under the same sun, sa ilalim ng araw. So this is a special, very, very special Isang Bagsak that I'd like to invite y'all to participate in. Even though I cannot see you, I can feel you, and the rest of my creative team can feel you. So if we can rub our hands together, feel the warmth, all the love, the effort, the time, and yes, effort that was put into this PCN, the history that has been put into PCN despite the virtual format, despite COVID-19. We are here, we are persevering, and it's amazing. So as we rub our hands together, feel the warmth, and we're gonna end with one Isang Bagsak. Thank you, everyone. We hope to see you tomorrow. Yes, thank you. I am so filled with gratitude. Have a great night.
Tomorrow, have a great night. Same place, same time. We'll be here.
Yes.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow. If I could ask CT to stay behind for a picture, that'd be great.